Let's cut the BS. Exhaustion isn't just being tired. It's career suicide in slow motion. You look in the mirror and wonder, what's wrong with me? Nothing's wrong. You're just killing yourself by playing the game they handed you. You've got the job, the title, the boxes checked. But instead of peace, you feel hollow. That's not success. That's collapse. Exhaustion is proof you've been grinding to win a race that was never yours to run. And if you keep ignoring it, it will cost you everything. Your health, your career, and your life. This is your wake-up call. We were raised in a culture that worships productivity like a god. We were taught to believe that success meant more hours, more sacrifice, more proving, more grinding. We were conditioned to equate our value with output, as if the soul could be measured in spreadsheets and performance reviews. But here's the deeper truth. Your soul never signed that contract. Your soul didn't incarnate here to live as a machine. Your soul came here to experience, to create, to expand. Now, I know that from a professional perspective, spirituality, the soul, etc., isn't something we talk about in the executive world. We have been told to keep those two worlds separate. But that's the problem. If you want to truly be successful and fulfilled, you cannot separate them. And when you ignore that inner contract long enough, the body protests. The mind starts to fragment. The spirit whispers, enough. That whisper grows louder until it feels like collapse. That collapse? That's burnout. Think of burnout like the body's emergency brake. You've been racing at full speed down a highway that doesn't belong to you, and suddenly the system says, stop. Not to punish you, not to shame you, but to save you. Because if you keep going, you'd lose yourself entirely. The version of you that could sprint endlessly isn't the version that will carry you into freedom. The collapse you feel is the doorway to alignment, the doorway to remembering who you are when you're not performing for anyone. Here's what most people get wrong. They see burnout as a problem to fix. And why not? You already know that you're an excellent problem solver and fixer. So why not fix this too? How do you fix it? Well, most people buy the supplements. They download the time-blocking apps. They chase another hack to squeeze out 10 more minutes of productivity. But burnout is not a scheduling error. Burnout is not a vitamin deficiency. Burnout is a soul deficiency. Your soul is starving for truth, for silence, for beauty, for purpose that feels alive, not forced. Do you get that? Your burnout is simply your soul screaming at you to live your truth, to live the life you were meant to live, not the life you think you're supposed to live. Recognize that the burnout you feel is the signal that the old life, the old strategies, the old masks, the old hustling patterns have expired. Maybe this sounds familiar. You've built the career, the reputation, the salary, the life on paper. But you wake up with a weight in your chest. You wonder, if I'm so successful, why do I feel like this? The answer isn't in working harder. The answer isn't in yet another strategy meeting or a 12-hour hustle day. The answer is alignment. Alignment means your inner truth and your outer life finally match. Alignment means your calendar reflects your soul, not just your job description. Alignment means you're no longer betraying yourself for approval. So let's reframe burnout. Burnout isn't the end of the road. It's the end of a chapter. It's your invitation to turn the page. When you hit burnout, it's because the mask you've been wearing is too heavy. The achiever mask, the fixer mask, the strong one mask. These masks once kept you safe. They once earned you applause. But now, they keep you from breathing. And burnout strips them away. This stripping generates a feeling none of us want to feel. A feeling we typically avoid at all costs as professionals. Fear. Because who are you without the mask? Who are you if you're not the strongest one in the room? Who are you if you're not the one who always knows the answer? Who are you if you're not constantly achieving? Here's the revelation. You are more than what you produce. You are more than what you fix. You are more than what you achieve. Burnout doesn't destroy you. It destroys the illusion that you were only valuable for those things. If you're listening to this right now, maybe you're in the middle of it. Maybe your body feels heavy, your brain foggy, your heart numb. Maybe you're terrified that if you stop pushing, everything you've built will fall apart. But listen to me. Burnout is the collapse of what was never sustainable. Burnout is the breaking of chains that weren't yours to carry. You are not crazy. You are not broken. You are awakening. Awakening is rarely comfortable. It feels like everything you thought you knew is crumbling. But what's crumbling is the false self. The self that was designed to perform, to survive, to please. And what's being revealed is the true self. The self that is here to create, to connect, to live in alignment with soul. This is why burnout feels so violent. Because the ego fights back. The ego screams, keep hustling, don't stop, don't rest, don't feel. But the soul whispers, rest, release, remember. So let's talk about what happens when you actually answer the call. When you stop trying to fight burnout like an enemy, and instead treat it like a teacher. Your body begins to heal. Your nervous system resets. You begin to hear the whispers of your intuition again. You start noticing beauty in small places. The sunrise, the stillness, the laughter you used to rush past. And eventually, you remember that life was never meant to be a checklist. Life is a conversation with your soul. Here's the paradox. Burnout breaks you down. But in that breaking, you find your wholeness. Burnout ends one chapter, but it begins the story you were always meant to live. Burnout empties you, but in that emptiness, you discover space for the truth. So no, burnout isn't your fault. It's your turning point. It's your initiation. It's your wake-up call. The question isn't, how do I fix this? The question is, am I willing to listen? And if you're listening right now, the answer is already yes. You wouldn't be here otherwise. So breathe. Let yourself collapse into the arms of your own soul. Let yourself rest in the truth that you are not a machine. You are not defined by output. You are not here to prove anything. You are here to live, to love, to create, to remember. One day you will look back at this moment, this exhaustion, this breakdown, and you will see it for what it truly was. The doorway. The doorway back to yourself. The doorway back to alignment. The doorway back to the truth that you are and always have been enough. So let burnout do its work. Let it strip away what was never real. Let it guide you into a life that feels alive. Because burnout isn't the end. Burnout is the beginning. And your soul is waiting on the other side. If this spoke to you, know that you are not alone. Every ambitious woman eventually reaches the edge where survival stops working. The difference is whether you numb the call or answer it. So answer it. Your soul is waiting. Burnout isn't proof that you failed. It's proof that you're awakening. And if you'd love to keep walking this journey with other ambitious women who are turning exhaustion into alignment, subscribe. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you'll find a new reminder that burnout isn't the end. It's the beginning.